heading back to school doesn't just mean new notebooks and new pencils. It's also the perfect time to add some new fantasy books to your reading list. Hi, my name is Jonathan, and this is Mr. Pearson Talks Books. I'm a elementary school teacher who reads middle grade fiction so that I can make recommendations to my students, their parents, and to other teachers. Today, I want to share with you 5 books that are perfect for back to school reading. First up is one of my favorite books that I've read in the last couple of years, and that is Amari and the Night Brothers by B.B. Alston. Now, this is the first book in a series. Books 1, 2, and 3 are already published. Book 4 will be available later in 2026. This is the story of a girl named Amari who, after a really bad day and some struggles that she has trying to find her brother who's gone missing, she discovers she has been invited to join a supernatural detective agency where her brother was a rock star. And so she needs to join this organization in order to find out what happened to her brother. Like I said, this is one of my favorite books. There's a lot of magic in here, there's a lot of really fun stuff, some great characters. Books 2 and 3 are phenomenal as well. And this book right here would be perfect for a classroom library. This would be a fantastic addition to any classroom library because there are diverse characters in it. It helps to encourage confidence in the reader and in the characters themselves. And it talks a great deal about perseverance. There are a lot of trials and things that Amari and her friends have to overcome, and they continue to do so even when time is difficult. Fantastic book. So, Amari and the Night Brothers by B.B. Alston. The second book I want to recommend is Nevermoor, The Trials of Morrigan Crow by Jessica Townsend. And this is the story of Morrigan Crow, who is a cursed child. She gets blamed for just about everything, and she comes to find out that she is destined to die on her 11th birthday. Well, just before that happens, she's rescued by a man named Jupiter North, who takes her away to a secret magical city called Nevermoor. And there she is entered into a contest to see if she can join the Wondrous Society. This book is fantastic. It is so much fun. And in it, if you want to use this in your classroom, it promotes themes of resilience and belonging, trying to make friends. It is a little bit long, so some students might find it to be challenging, but overall, a great read. Another book that I have here is The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill. And this is an interesting story. It's kind of a spooky story, but it's about a town who every year they take babies and they leave them in the woods because they think there's a witch there. And so they are giving the witch a sacrifice of a baby so that she will leave the town alone. Well, the witch is confused because why in the world does the town keep leaving her babies? And one time she accidentally gives the baby that she rescues some magic, and that child grows up with extraordinary powers and is caught between the village's fear and her own destiny. The Girl Who Drank the Moon received the John Newbery Medal, which means that it was selected as the best example of children's literature in that year. And if you want to use this in your classroom, this is a great example of some beautiful writing. There are themes that include identity and telling the truth. And this would be perfect for upper elementary, so 4th, 5th, maybe even into 6th grade. So The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill. Another book, Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the first book being The Lightning Thief by Riordan. And of course, Percy Jackson is the beginning of a series, and in it, this boy Percy, who has kind of struggled with things all of his life, he discovers that he is actually the son of a Greek god, and he has to go on a quest in order to figure out who stole Zeus's lightning bolt. And along the way, there are monsters, there's danger, there's myths, and Lots of different things that go along with that. It is the first of a series. There are several that follow it and additional series that come after that. So if you get a student that is hooked on this, this would be a great way to have them continue to read. But this is also, for if you want to use it in your classroom, a fantastic entry point into Greek mythology. Students who will read it and then want to find out the basis for those stories. It's very fast-paced. There's lots of humor, so even the most reluctant reader would be interested in picking this up. And then the last book that I want to recommend is The Wild Robot by Peter Brown. And The Wild Robot is the story of a robot whose name is Roz. She is on a ship that is shipwrecked, and she's the only one of the robots that survives. And so she has to figure out how to adapt to living on an island where all of the creatures are suspicious of her and what she needs to do in order to survive. As far as using the wild robot in classroom, this would be it's a great bridge between science fiction, because it includes the robot, and fantasy, so talking animals. But it can also be included in any type of STEM conversations, talking about technology and how technology and nature can intermesh. So these fantasy books that I just recommended, they bring magic, humor, and heart to the classroom, perfect for sparking an excitement for reading at the beginning of the school year. Which of these fantasy books do your students grab first when the school starts? Let me know in the comments what your students or your children are reading. I'd love to hear what your favorites are. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with a teacher or a parent who might be looking for some books for their children to read. And until next time, my name is Jonathan, and thanks for watching.